Hey Radiant Souls, welcome back to my channel. Happy Mother's Day to those of you who serve the mom role in whatever capacity that is for you, whether it's actual physical human children, be they biological, adopted, stepkids, foster kids, or the pet parents, those of you who call yourself a dog mom, a cat mom, whatever it is, it's the same energy of nurturing a soul. And I want to talk a little bit about the sacred relationship and the contract that you have with those souls that extends beyond your physical shared existence. So let's get into it. You know, I really love that flowers are a representation of Mother's Day and they're one of the frequent gifts. And it's not because they're feminine and girly, but what my guides have shown me is that motherhood is being a sacred gardener of divinity. And I really like that phrase. You saw me pause because I had to make sure I was getting it right. Sacred gardener of divinity. So just like you would nurture a flower and you would give it the right combination of nutrients and soil and water and sunshine, that's what motherhood is doing too. A little of this, a little of that, and really letting that particular soul or flower bloom and blossom and grow to maturity. And I think that energy is so beautiful, and I honor and thank all of you who do it, again, in whatever capacity it is, whether it's physical children, human, or pet children, or even children in spirit. And I mean that on either side of it. So children who have crossed over or children who have not yet come into a physical body. I honor all of that energy and that love and compassion and nurturing, fierce nurturing that you bring to the world, because it impacts not just your children, but everything and everyone around us. And it's so important. It's such an important energy in the world right now. So thank you. I see you and I honor that in each of you. So let's talk about that sacred relationship that you have with those souls who are in your charge, because it extends beyond this physical world. And what I have seen in working with clients and in being a psychic medium, intuitive, all of that, is that that connection never stops. So even though I know, talking right now, because I've heard from so many of you, sometimes in our physical world, even that relationship is a little strained. You may have a child doing something or facing an illness that you feel powerless to help with. They may be making decisions that are scary for you, and you feel like you can't help that either, or you witness things in their life that you wish you wouldn't and that you could help prevent them from going through, or help save them or rescue them, or just take them under your wing. And on the flip side, I've heard so many stories from those of you who grew up with mothers who weren't necessarily nurturing. They maybe made things a little tougher on you. Some of that is actual physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse. I've heard those stories. And despite all of those challenges, the mother-child relationship is the primary one that we all encounter to foster our soul's growth on both sides of that spectrum, child and mother. There's no other relationship that you have in your life that is like that one. So again, whether it is human children, pet children, same texture, just a different kind of grade or shade of that color. But there's something about the nurturing energy that comes into it that makes it really unique and special. So what I witness often in working with clients is those souls, even when we're having those struggles, so the adult child who has gone astray or is not talking to you, or the mother who you grew up with that was neglectful or hurtful or harmful, if we pull back at a soul level, there are lessons there. for us to learn. And I think anyone watching this knows that. So I'm not going to go into that detail. But at that same soul level that I see those relationship lines and the energy of that relationship, for those who are in spirit and departed, or those who have not yet come into a physical body, they are still and already connected to you. So that bond never stops. And I've had just the most amazing opportunity within the last couple of years to see that from a different perspective for me. And one was working with moms in labor from a healing capacity. So I would be called, someone would say, hey, my daughter, my friend, whatever is in labor, can you work with her from an energy healing perspective? And I would sync up to their energy and help them through the labor in that way, support them in that way. But what I didn't expect when I connected to the energy of the mom in delivery was that the soul of the baby, who's not born yet, would come in with such big, specific, and clear communication, to the point of knowing when it would actually be born. I would see the time, like, oh, I'm coming in, I'm catching the 11:23 train into this world. And then pulling back even farther from those that aren't in utero, souls can come in and make themselves known ahead of time, pre-pregnancy. And that can be human or pet, but they already know, they're already out there because we've contracted with them before we came into our physical body. So we have that energetic cord, that psychic cord that goes out to them. And sometimes they can tug on it a little bit and let us know. They can come through someone like myself, an intuitive psychic medium, and say, hey, I'm coming to that person. That's going to be my mom. Or, a pet may say, I'm coming back into a different body. Maybe this is a pet who is in spirit, left this family and wants to come back as a different animal and reincarnate. They can kind of say, they often show me, it's like shopping for a car. Like they're looking for the right make and model to come back in, but they're also looking at your life and when the right time to intersect is. So I mention that because so many of you are waiting for your heart dog or your heart cat to come back and reincarnate, or for a new soul to find you, whether it's human or pet. Know that they have the best view of your life, of what is the right time for that to happen. So you may feel like, I really want it to happen now. I need to see my pet again in the next year. I need to get pregnant in the next 6 months. But if that isn't the optimal time, then it's just not gonna happen. And you gotta trust that the soul that has the bird's eye view of everything knows the right timing for whatever soul lessons you've both agreed to. So again, I hope this wasn't too all over the place, but I just wanted to share some thoughts on Mother's Day of what I have witnessed and been so blessed to be a part of in discussions with so many of you and in working with so many of you. And again, I absolutely honor each of you that wears the motherhood hat. I was gonna say the role of motherhood, wears the mom hat in whatever capacity that is. Take some time for yourself today, because you're so very special and you are the sacred gardeners of divinity. I love you. Have an amazing day. I'll see you next time. Bye.